Welcome to the PandaCast, where we're going to dive deep into the psychology of young adults and learn more of how they perceive the world around us. Today's guest is David.
Hello there.
How
I'm
you
David.
doing?
Pretty well. It's a bit cold outside because I just opened the window, but other than that, it's perfectly fine.
Alright, how's life?
I mean, with the whole Corona thing, honestly, I'd say it's a bit fucky. No, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
bit, yeah. That's the best way you can say it. I mean, it's nice that we got to come to school on Monday, even though we did have to walk through the rain. Other than that,
that's
yeah,
true.
it's fine.
Okay. Um, out of 10, what is your mental state right now, and do you want to change it?
My mental state. You need to more. You need to explain this more. You need to
Okay.
give me more
So,
work.
what, how mentally stay, like, do you,
How mentally stable are you? I don't know, man. I'd kind of say I'm a solid 4 out of 10.
okay.
I wouldn't say like or 4. I'm not very mentally stable at all.
Okay, so you don't get a grasp of feeling how like your mental state and your mental awareness around you.
Oh no, no, I can tell how people are feeling. I can tell that perfectly. It's just I don't really care for myself. So you
Yeah,
could just say
yeah,
like, "Oh, I'm sad." Well, too bad for me, I guess. What can I do? I'll just be sad then. That's like
okay.
my usual emotion, just sadness. But other than that, I'm fine. It sounded so quirky. Oh god. Oh god, that's so bad. For
It's fine.
if anyone else is going to listen to this, I am sorry in advance. That was so oh oh
Okay,
that was so bad. But in all seriousness, I don't know. It just I can't really explain it. It's just yeah, my mood is usually just fine. I can't
okay.
really say it's good.
Yeah. Well, are you happy?
Currently
Yeah,
and this
currently.
time, I mean, I'm a bit on the edge. I'm on the fence, as you can say, because on one hand, I'm having to do this with you, which is kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie. And then on the other hand, I'm texting to a person that
Oh,
uh, yeah, that is a bit of a yeah, just not in a good situation currently. So
okay.
I'm on the fence between two.
That's fine. That's fine. Um, is school treating you all right, or is it tough?
School isn't tough at all, to be honest. Let me be clear. Math isn't hard. Science is a bit annoying. I don't like the teacher.
It's
So then we
very
have.
nitpicky.
I'm being honest. It's like I don't
Yeah.
like him. Do you like the teacher? Do you like Holly?
I mean, he's very nitpicky. He's a
Yeah,
bit of
like
an
little
unusual fella.
like I won't understand this equation unless you give me the formula
Yeah,
first. Oh.
yeah. I think it's just not very good at like doing things online. But when you're in school, then you're gonna give me a second. Nej, klockan 9
Well then,
och
considering
ge
that he's gone,
Palle
I'm
lite
gonna continue
uppskattning.
from there. He's not very good at teaching online. He's pretty decent
Nej,
at
ner till Palle
teaching
lite.
at school, although
Jag är
his ways are a bit dumb, to say the least. Because well, he keeps saying that we're wrong most of the time. It doesn't really help out properly.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
But other than that, I mean, everything else is perfectly fine.
okay. That's good. That's good. Um, what is the meaning of life to you?
Oh, the good. That's a really good question, and I have two answers to that. One
Okay.
one of them is just well, live, work, pay out your mortgage, breed, get children, uh, to fucking die, still with death or depth. I mean, or like with no depth, but still, your kids then carry on the cycle. Or the second one, which I had, is well, just experience life, enjoy life, find new things, find something that you might like, and just like live by those rules. Just enjoy it. Why live
Yeah.
something that you're being controlled by, like work and stuff? Obviously, you need work, or else you can't really move on in the world. But while
Yeah.
working, you need to enjoy life itself. Like just try out new things. Try out even eating something new is still really good because you're trying out new things. It's just always try out new things.
Okay.
So that's like the best thing I can say.
Very basic Homo sapien thing to do.
I mean, it is, yeah, but still.
But yeah, you got a good grasp of what is life for you.
Yeah, but still, yeah.
Do you think that all of this suffering for life is actually important?
For our advancement, yes. Even though we might seem like we're not doing anything, we still pay taxes, and those taxes will go into federations, companies that continue our advancement. Even us buying stuff from stores or electronical stores, or Apple, Samsung, they get money, they improve the technology, and
Yeah.
well, it just keeps going on. So, I mean, us just existing makes it so we advance in technology.
Do you like? I know that taxes pay do a lot, but do you think that actual work does something?
Work, depending on what kind of work, because okay, you're a construction person, right? You carpenter, like cement worker, electrician, those do a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah. They're
They-
also expandable.
oh God, it just went so dark. Holy fuck! They're also expandable. You can get new ones.
Well, you see, the average Homo sapiens life is like, I think, 79, 80.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but yes, they are expandable. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But if you keep expanding them too much, you will never find. Well, you'll keep
The
losing them.
resources will be
Yeah,
depleted.
we don't have enough resources. Because people still have to train for an electrician's job for several years,
Yeah.
and then if you, for example, just fire every electrician that you had, and you get new ones, the new ones might be very bad, or it's
True.
just it they are expandable, but to a degree. Let's say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. But what kind of work do you want to be in? You know?
Personally, I'd kind of want to open my own business
Oh, okay. What
because
kind
I
of
don't know.
business?
Either a clothing business. I don't know why. It's just I don't know. I like clothing and like all stuff with that.
I'm a fashion
Or
guy.
yeah, I mean, my fashion sense is I wouldn't say I'm good at fashion, but I do enjoy picking out clothes for people and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
But other than that, I personally don't know. I'd kind of like to work. I mean, I wouldn't say oh yeah, I want to work as a high up administrator because that's a super common thing. Oh, I want to be rich. Oh, like that. You can't just expect to
Yeah,
just cut
it's
your hands.
well,
Yeah,
it's a tough thing to be rich, and you have to have a lot
yeah, of
of
course.
luck as well.
I mean, luck is always necessary. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, just being a manager of a store is actually good enough. Let's be honest here, or even a
Okay.
cafe, or yeah, just diner anywhere. It's like being a manager. You still get a lot of money. Plus, you get your own coworkers that you can uh, tell them what to do while you just walk around and make sure everything's correct. You go check on
And
customers. It's fine.
and you can hire the people that you
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
want. You know.
Yeah, you can make your own workplace more suitable for everyone. If a
Yeah.
person's causing ruckus, you can just fire them and get someone that would work properly. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Well, what do your dreams look like? Both in future and in sleeping.
mm. My dreams, my sleeping dreams, are a bit weird though. I'm not gonna lie. Just for example, today, technically,
Okay.
I dreamt of buying a ticket and driving with a bus, obviously, to a friend's house, and then the dream ended. So yeah, that's fun.
Nice.
But yeah, I know that was a very simple dream. But sometimes I get dreams where I'm falling, or I'm in space, or I'm getting yelled at by someone.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, but in my dreams, I can only dream, of course, about these things. But I I mean, the dream is just to become like a fashion guy or something, like get my own fashion center or clothing area. I don't know. I don't really
What
have like
about long term though?
long term. Don't have any. I don't really think that far ahead. I don't
Okay.
really care. It's just like I'm gonna go for as long as I can, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna like plan my steps one step at a time. I'm not gonna just shoot for the stars. I want to be more cautious and careful.
Do you think a lot about space and time?
Yes, I I don't know. I like the idea of philosophy and like just thinking about things that might not even be real. Or,
Yeah.
um, I don't know. Yes, I do think a lot about space and like exploration of the stars and outer life. A lot about those kind of things. I even draw them,
Nice.
just
Okay.
different kind of things. But yeah, I do think about them a lot.
So, like, leaning into space, do you think that we are the only species in
Of
this
course
galaxy?
not, because we have multiple galaxies, right?
Yeah.
With multiple like solar systems, and uh, we have just different. How would you call it? How would you call this? What would you call our planetary alignment now that we have? Like with the sun, a inhabitable, like
We're
habitable,
in a
and
habitable zone of within
yeah,
the solar system. Yeah.
yeah. So I'd say that there's. I mean, even if there's a really, really slim chance, there's still life somewhere out there. Maybe it's less advanced than us. Maybe it's more advanced than us. We would never know. I
But
mean,
the great filter, we don't know if the great filter
yeah,
is
yeah.
ahead of us, but or if it is behind
I mean,
us.
oh,
So
oh God, that's a
so do you
that's
think that the great filter is actually life itself?
it actually might be because we might stop. I mean, okay. For example, what if we started like putting electronic stuff on us and ourselves? Like we would stop existing as
Yeah,
humans.
cybernetics, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'd become robots slowly, step
We
by step.
technically are with our phones if you think about it. Since we do always use our phones mostly 3 to 6 hours per day. Our phones is always with us. You cannot really see a Homo sapien anywhere except for a baby without a phone, unless they're poor, you know.
Unless it's poor. No, no. But what I'm saying is that no, you're not a robot because you're looking at your screen.
Yeah.
I okay. Well, everyone has their own definition of what a robot is, and of course, old people are like, "Oh, you're like a robot looking at your screen." No,
Well, I think robots are more of a like
mechanical
real
term.
an AI, an
Yeah, an
artificial
AI. Yeah,
intelligence,
yeah, that fits better.
controlling a mechanism.
Yeah, mechanism.
Yeah.
Sorry, I burped. Yeah, but
I
that's
think I think we're kind of we're leading into the cyborg era.
okay.
Already.
Let's take Elon Musk for example. He's very scared of cyber life, like cybernetic life, AI. Let's say that
Yeah.
because they might gain their own sense of existence.
Self-consciousness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when that happens, they're obviously more superior. Well, now they're not because they can't even move. But we use them everywhere. Building cars, manufacturing anything. We
Yeah.
use like machines.
Like
Without them, we wouldn't be as fast or anything. We wouldn't even be able to make half of the things we have right now without machines.
yeah. But what the technicians and the people that the the programmers they're not gonna like build a self-conscious robot, you know.
You can't really do that. Yeah, you can't do it yet. Of course, Google came close with their what was their robot? I forgot the name. It was like where she reads your questions, but she has to get prepared for the questions first, and then she like scans the internet and like thinks of what she wants to say.
Kind of like Siri and Amazon thing.
Yeah, but there's like Google made like a whole robot about it, but she
Okay.
can talk for herself. No one's like controlling her.
Yeah.
But the questions need to be prepared for her beforehand, or else she can't reply. You see,
Yeah.
this kind of shows how actually far we are from like them gaining self consciousness.
Yeah. Well, we also have like you know Boston Dynamics, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they built the robot that just uh, walks. Really, you have like a controller looking like in a Nintendo Switch, uh, just matte black, and then you just control it, or you can set a path. What Boston Dynamics has done is they've created, or they went the route that humans have to still kind of watch over them and
I mean,
see what they're doing. They're
I mean,
not
yeah,
really self-conscious. They just hold stuff, you know.
yeah, of course. They're just here to help you. Like we use machines to help us carry stuff or like stuff like that.
Yeah, helper.
They're gonna do the same for us for a bit, and then after a bit, they're gonna get more and more advanced. Like where you won't even have to show them what to do. They're built for it, so they're gonna start doing it on their own.
Yeah,
Um, but for now, we have to like set everything. They can't really do much on their own without our assistance. So, what I'm thinking is we're nowhere close to it. Like at least 100 more years plus, maybe, because each year we don't make an advancement. We make an advancement each like 10 years or something like that. We can't just instantly get something new or uh, find new technologies in 1 year.
if you think about it though, since we had like 1080p 2010 maybe a little bit less than that. That was 1080p, but now we have 16K resolution.
Yeah,
That
that's like.
that's a big leap, you know, just in about 10 years.
But
But
did you
but
see how much bigger the screens have gotten? How much like more
yeah,
pixels they can load? How much more technology like and how much more expensive they gotten as well? Like
yeah.
it's quite a bit.
It's you can see like in in the early 20th century you got your World War I stuff. They ramped up the technology. It became fast. It just becomes faster and faster. You know the technology produced and um,
Oh, so
discovered.
do you mean the fuck what was it? Industrial Revolution when like they started getting
Yes.
far more. Yeah, then rotations, then
Yeah.
uh,
The technology became faster. They
yeah, it rapidly
discovered more.
increased. Yeah, and
The
that's because they actually okay. What I'm thinking is because we're already smart. Let's say that we're smarter than the 1900 people were by a long shot. Well, we
you can
okay, no,
no,
no, okay. Some people, yes, some people are very way smarter than than we are
yeah.
right now. Like for example, Albert Einstein. He was like a what scientist, mathman, you know.
Yes.
So
For
uh,
the average human being, yes.
yes, so like I don't think he's like one of the greatest mathematicians of all time. We all remember him. We all talk about him. Everyone
Yeah.
knows his name basically. Even small children know who he is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting how a person that revolutionizes math or finds new theories about our universe or world actually gets to be known um, for lifetimes.
Yeah. That's do you think that our our rapid discoveries of new technologies will stop or like go on a halt a little
Yes.
bit?
Yes, we will reach a standpoint where we can't even continue on because obviously technology is going to reach its limit. We're going to need a new type of. How do I explain it? For example, motherboards, right?
Yeah.
How do we make them more compact? How do we make them use as much. It's so hard to explain stuff
Well,
because it's coming right from my head, right? It's coming out of my head, and it's like putting it into words is very hard. Um,
the more memory or the more like technology that is put, the more space it needs. For example,
yeah, exactly.
supercomputers need a lot of
Whole room.
databases, a whole lot
Yeah,
of area. Well,
yeah,
our
just
minds, they're just, compact little uh, smushy
we're
things,
smushy things. Yeah. I mean, if we ever got like enough technology to actually like make our minds into databases, that would be kind of unique, a unique thought, to be honest.
I think,
That would be against human rights as well. Let's be honest. You're
yeah,
just floating around.
yeah.
Um,
What is the perfect world for you? And do you often try to escape from harsh reality?
No. Okay, reality is reality. We can't escape from it. Even if you go and if you take drugs, if you run away to like the wilderness for a walk, of course you can escape from them for a while. But sooner or later, you'll always need to come back. There's no chance of you always staying in that imaginary or distant place from our own world. So.
But do you like escape from, like, here and there,
I mean,
escaping from reality?
just sometimes going on a walk, not thinking about the world. Does that count? Just like you're not thinking about the world. You're just thinking
Yeah,
to yourself, like, oh, wow, this is
self-reflecting.
kind of yeah. It's just you're just self-reflecting yourself on what you're doing, how you're feeling. It's a good thing. I'm not gonna lie. It's a nice thing. It's a calm thing. For example, when I go hiking to the mountains, I don't think about anything around me. I just think to myself, like, oh, this rock is pretty nice. Wow. I don't think about the
Connecting
issues
with
that I have
nature.
at home. Oh yes, the rock. I don't think about the issues that I have at home or the people that I talk to their issues or my own issues. It's just some place I can just walk away. For even for an hour, it's still better. It's refreshing. Let's say that.
Okay.
But there's no perfect world. Uh, okay,
Well,
the
the
perfect world.
ideal. How about
Ideal.
that?
Okay.
Ideal.
Okay, because there's no such thing as a perfect world.
No.
People are scum. They're liars. They have anger issues. Everyone has anger issues, no matter what you say. Even as a
Yeah.
baby, you had anger issues. Let's be honest here. But the ideal world, just people that actually don't lie. Honest people, or obviously that's gonna be really harsh, and that would hurt a lot. Like honesty is painful.
You
But
cannot have perfect honesty since people have to lie sometimes
yeah,
to
it's
get out of
sometimes
tough
it's for the better.
situations, you know?
Yeah, but sometimes it's actually for the better.
Yeah,
For example,
exactly. For the better to
even
yeah.
for children, if their father dies, you can always say, "Oh yeah, he had to go for a mission, for a military mission." You don't want to ruin the kid's childhood, But
Yeah.
obviously, you're ruining him even more because you're telling him that there's actually a chance that he's going to be back.
Yeah.
So basically, there's no such thing as an ideal world. Let me be honest with you.
Well,
Because okay, people are scum, and you're not able to change people. Uh, the government can control people. Riots will arise. Just it's not possible. Not yet, at least.
I'm the ideal world for you more, not more specifically for human or like thinking about
Well,
humans and their interactions, but more about Homo sapiens society and
so
the world.
do you want to add my personal
Yes.
thoughts on it?
Yes.
My personal thoughts. I mean, to me, a perfect world just isn't possible. Not yet. So
Yeah.
I still stick with my answer. To me, it's just no. Not now.
Okay. Well, do you view the state of Earth and the Homo sapiens or
Oh,
human species in a positive light or in a negative light?
in a negative light. Humans are rats. Let's take them for example.
Okay.
I'm a rat. You're a rat. Everyone's a rat, right? we take resources from this planet. Obviously, we need it to survive, and every creature strives to survive. There's no chance that they don't.
We're competitive.
Yeah, we're competitive. Males like neglect other males. Like they get into fights. For example, a female, right?
Yeah.
Two males like a female. They're gonna see which one's more dominant. They're gonna start getting more aggressive with one another. Like primitive people, like animals as well. They do the same. They fight for a female, right? So what I'm saying is humans aren't any different from the animals we slaughter.
Yeah.
But we're ruining the planet as well. That's even worse. Let's be honest. We're ruining the planet. The planet doesn't have too much to live, like to stay alive. How long do you think the planet's going to be alive for?
A few thousand years.
I mean, at our rate, with our
We're not gonna stop the carbon from going up into the air, since we're gonna reach at some point like 9 billion, 10 billion people.
Yeah, exactly.
And the developing countries, they're still developing. So, and they're the ones that are gonna have more, because the more rich you are, the more carbon dioxide you produce. Well, unless you're a real carbon neutral friendly guy, but I doubt. So, the more rich people get, and the more the developing countries become developed, the more they will produce carbon dioxide. So we're not gonna stop anytime soon at producing carbon dioxide. But
Yeah,
you can, but you can kind of slow it down and you can try some different methods instead of trying to exclusively try to tackle the carbon dioxide, because there are a lot of different atoms, things that go up into the air.
It's not science. It's science that goes up into the air. To be blunt, because our population is rapidly increasing by the day, I kind of think we're not going to last longer than 300 years. Of course. Yeah, okay. My thoughts on that is because we're rapidly depleting on materials. Common materials are becoming more rare, obviously.
Yeah.
Because thousands of years of us just like mining for it and taking it. Okay, maybe not 300 years. Okay, roughly 1,000, right?
1,000.
Let's give that 10 generations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 generations. Obviously, me and you will survive. You know, we'll get to experience life at its fullest. Obviously, the corona thing isn't helping it, but I mean, but back to the question. I don't know why I got sidetracked. I get sidetracked very easily. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, we were talking about pollution and how I reflect people.
Yes.
People are bad. Some people may seem good, but they still have a bad side, no matter what. It's just human nature, obviously. But another thing is we put trust into people, and sometimes the trust actually builds into something, and you become close friends. So obviously, it's like I'm not saying that every single person is bad. It's you need connections. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously there are a lot of scum people. Yeah.
But what do you think the ratio is of scummy people?
Oh, a really, really big ratio.
Really? Okay.
I mean, okay. Let's say me and you. What kind of have you done bad things?
I've stolen from a shop many times.
Same.
I learned my lesson. I only stole like toys and candy, but.
Oh, toys! Oh god, I only stole candy. Like, ooh, you did worse than me.
Yeah, it was those cheap plastic little toys things.
Oh yeah, I remember those. But I threw a brick on a car once.
Okay.
I got into fights. Well, no, I mean, the people that I got into fights with, they usually deserved it because they were bullying other people. So I kind of just bully them. I mean, okay. I went to my fighting Muay Thai and kickboxing just so I could learn to defend myself. That's why I kind of never wanted to actually get into tournaments or like real fights. That didn't work out, but still,
Yeah.
it was just nice because, for example, we had this one classmate that was always slapping girls' asses and like trying to peek under their what they were wearing or like pull down their pants, which was like you can get a lawsuit for that guy. Like honestly, that's just yeah. So
Yeah.
what I usually do is just I'd sit him down first, and then tell him to stop, but he never would. So I'd kind of beat him afterwards. I know that's a really bad thing, and I kind of regret it now because obviously you can solve stuff with words.
Yeah.
Okay, but to be more clear, maybe just maybe it's a 50-50 ratio. Like you might develop to a good person or a bad person. It all depends on your background and how you're raised, on how your parents were, how your friends were.
Yeah.
Because you try to imitate your parents and your friends at the same time in any way. So
Exactly. Yeah. Like the social group that we've been talking about in psychology.
oh yeah, psychology. That's actually perfect.
Yeah. Do you think that since you said 10 generations,
Right.
but our healthcare is actually also improving.
Okay.
Double-edged
That kind of.
sword.
Okay, let's get another thing clear. The healthcare is going to improve. They want to incorporate like electronical devices in us to like help us survive or stuff like that, right? That
Yeah.
kind of delves back into the AI situation that we had about getting cybernetic advancements into ourselves. So, I mean, yes, it is improving. We can get more healthcare for more diseases or well, anything you might get, right?
Yeah.
But with that, right, there comes consequences because we're delving deeper into the AI realm, which is kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like the whole AI thing is not really something I'm into. You
What
could
about
say.
Neuralink? Do you know that, right?
Oh, Neuralink. I remember. Wait, let me Google it just in case,
It's
because
an Elon Musk thing.
I remember like where you have to play like it's on the side of your brain, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like tiny little computer chips that sting
Oh
into
yeah,
your
yeah,
brain.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Where you can like watch stuff and like listen to stuff as well. I remember
Yeah, it
that.
improves everything basically.
Yeah, okay. I've seen that, and I kind of like that because, uh,
Well,
of
that's
course,
kind of going into the AI area, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It is right. But I mean, the way. Okay, it's hard to. I'm kind of the what do you call people that like tell people just to not do that, but they do that themselves. I forgot the word for it. Uh,
I don't know.
criticism. No, it's like what's the name? Narcissist. Narcissist. Is it narcissist?
Being a narcissist.
I don't remember which one it is. It's personally sort of one of the several types of restlessness conditional with peaceful inflated sense of own impermanence, attention. And no, okay, not narcissist. I don't remember that. But basically, um, you basically do one thing and you tell people to not do that thing, but you do it yourself, right? I'm
Oh,
kind of
okay,
like
yeah.
I'm kind of like that because, like, in some cases, I really disagree with the AI advancement, but in some cases, I really like it. For example, Neuralink, right? I like the whole idea of it, but like making AI robots, it's kind of cool, but it's scary at the same time.
Yeah. Well, we do have like smart things. Like
Yeah,
there's
like our
smart
phone.
sections in stores now, which
Yes, like Amazon Connect or Amazon, whatever the store is, like where you
yeah.
walk in, you drop it in. That's convenience of life. That's just convenient. It's not like we're making robots. The robots are trolleys, basically, that we push around and they just scan for you. So
Well, we also have the. Do you think that actually that since that our jobs, especially for young teenagers, will get less since it can cost less to just have a self-paying checkout.
it does cost less, but not all stores have it yet. And plus, even if you have a self-pay area, you still need someone to like watch over it. You need someone to restock the store. You need someone to be at the security cameras. You need someone to also be at the cash register because not everyone knows how to use the technology. So,
Actually, nobody has to be at the cameras. I work there.
oh
It's,
really?
yeah,
Do
I
you
work
not?
at Cronan, and it deletes every single day all the files because they're big. So if cashier or the customer sees something, then we just keep that file. But otherwise,
Oh,
we delete it after a day. So
okay, but
nobody's
what?
watching over the cameras. It's just a dead thing.
But someone just does someone rewatch it, like watch it at the end of the day, just to make sure.
No. We have to get complaints or we
Oh,
complain, and then we send it to Securitas or somebody else. And then yeah, we get
okay.
and then
Well,
they solve everything else. You know.
yeah, they just get everything else. But okay, well that makes more sense because I was wondering like if someone was actually watching over because I see like security guys walking by and stuff.
Yeah, it may be in like higher priorities
Yeah, like
areas.
this. Yeah, 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 okay, I get that.
Yeah.
So,
But there's also people think that we're getting closer and closer to perfecting or only having our young selves, uh, like in the
I mean
future, our
age.
age. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, age restrictions. Okay. For example, right? Let's say you're 21. You look like a 21-year-old, right? You go up to a woman. You're like, you know what? You're cute, right? You're cute. Do you wanna go out on a date or something? You get on the date. You start talking, and then you ask, what's your age? Oh, my age. 120 there. It's like
yeah.
you see the issue. I mean, people are gonna say that. Oh, age is just a number again.
Exactly.
And yeah, I mean it's a thing now, and like old pedos are saying like, oh, age is just a number. Why are you criticizing like that? That's like not right. And me thinking like, oh yeah, 21-year-old dating a 120-year-old is a bit that's a different generation
But
completely.
but would it matter to you if it
To me, no, not at all. Like I wouldn't care as long as I like the person and like the person likes me. Like, would it really matter? No, it wouldn't. Like, obviously they would have had more
it
partners in those 120 years.
kind of depends on when this is and where is the age death
Oh, okay,
estimate.
that is yes, but we haven't discussed that yet. So what I'm guessing is just there's no age limit. You're just living.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is just we're
Uh,
turtles, you know.
oh God, dude, how long do turtles even live for? What is it? 200? Oh, like
Yeah,
nearly.
they're old. They're old people. I actually want a turtle, to be honest.
Let the turtle outlive me.
Yeah.
Let my
Just,
generation continue.
turtle age about 70 years. Well, a
Oh,
tortoise. Yeah, tortoises
yeah.
can reach 150 age.
Okay, yeah, that's like way past. Like that's your grandson's gonna be like, no,
Yeah.
your child's gonna be like already your age, and then the turtle's gonna die, and then your grandson's gonna die. That's kind of sad.
Yeah. Well, he's I don't know. The tortoises are it's really cool. I like them.
Until they bite off your finger.
Have they done that to you?
No, but a hamster has a bit in my finger, which was not nice.
I had actually a pal of mine. He had a tortoise here in Iceland, which is illegal, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, I can guess. Like it's not their habitat at all.
It was just chilling in a bathtub with a bunch of leaves to eat.
That's yeah. Well, good luck taking a shower.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, I think they left like 5 weeks later when I checked on them.
Oh.
So I don't know what happened to them or the tortoise. So
Yeah, okay. I like that we just got sidetracked completely.
yeah, well, different species and different
Yeah.
animals. Really interesting. Ooh, here's a good one. Do you believe in any religion, and if so, how has it shaped you? Do you believe
No.
in the religion or just some parts?
No. I like the idea of gods or mythical beasts, but personally, religion is just not for me. I don't think there's actually a higher power. Of course, I say "oh God" a lot. It's just because, well, I don't. It just became a saying to me. It doesn't mean anything. But like my grandma, when I say "oh God," like yeah, she says like "don't use God's name in vain." And like I don't know. I never met the guy. I never I don't believe in the guy. Like, do I really care? It basically just saying to me, and I don't believe in anything, but I like the idea of it.
Yeah, okay.
And I think religious people are just people that grew up with it, and like they got it embedded into them while they were growing up,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or the people, well, that actually think there's a higher power. Like,
Yeah.
like yeah,
I think it's kind of like with older generations. They uh, they believe that black men or black women are not or colored.
yeah, they're not human. Like they're not supposed to be associated with humans. They're lesser beings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hate that. Like,
You hate the idea that we are the lesser beings. We're
no, it's like making another person's skin color their like.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where you got that. Like, we're lesser beings. No, I'm talking about the racial
Yeah, yeah.
suggest.
I thought that you were talking about God and how we are the lesser beings in His
Uh,
view.
no. God is a myth.
A bit of an atheist, I see.
I mean, it's a nice idea to think about, and it does calm people down, and I understand that. It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's good for kids to like for their parents saying going up with the
Yeah, it's like Christmas, where you have a Santa, but it's obviously not Santa giving you stuff. It's your parents.
well, that isn't obvious until you hit the age of
Yeah,
appropriate.
yeah, like 7 or something, right? But
Or
it's like
12.
you give your child something to believe in, like, oh, God, you gave you this, God gave you that. Believe in him. My man out here giving you the stuff.
He actually believes in me. He actually cares about me.
He cares about me. He gives me stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you do you know Kurzgesagt because you're
a,
like
a what?
Kurzgesagt.
No,
Oh, you don't know.
no.
It's
I've
an
heard it before. I don't know where it's from.
it's an animation channel that animates all sorts of science stuff and makes it into brief little 10-minute videos. And
I have not.
yeah, go ahead.
Hmm? No, I said I've not seen it.
Oh, okay. Uh, but the most important thing about what I'm gonna talk about here is actually a video they published is the egg.
Oh, what came before the egg or the chicken?
No, 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 no.
Oh, come on! I thought it was so close to that. Okay.
The egg is a short story. It's a belief in there was a guy that wrote something or like wrote about wrote a theory, I believe, I guess, or sort of a religion, but not really. But what happens in the story is I'm gonna summarize this real quick.
Yeah.
There's a main protagonist. He goes into a car crash. He dies. He wakes up. he sees a living thing looking like a galaxy thing. It could be a human, or no, it could be a man-shaped, it could be woman-shaped. He doesn't really know what shape it is. But he is God. But then the main protagonists ask, "Am I going to hell or heaven or something?"
Right.
And he says no. The God then. The God
Yeah.
says no. You're Then they go on a walk to talk about what he's gonna do. The protagonist. And what the God actually explains is that he's gonna be reincarnated into Chinese farmer in the 17th century or something like that. And basically, where are all the same people? We are the same. We're the same one. We just as long as we for as long as we are gonna experience every single life that has ever been lived, then we will be born out of the egg. And God himself created this galaxy just for us. Or
The galaxy.
yeah. So
Okay, that's a very interesting thought. You're gonna be reincarnated as every single being, or well, do you count animals as beings as well? Then
I don't know.
they?
It doesn't show beings in this one, but I might assume so. Maybe
Okay, so basically
just
you're gonna be. So basically, at one point in time, you're gonna be the president, or multiple points in time, you're gonna be a president
You're
of a
gonna be
country.
Hitler. You're gonna be the millions of people he killed, and you're gonna be Abraham Lincoln and the guy who shot him.
Like John and Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna be the guy. Gonna be him dead in the car, and the sniper. But yeah, I get what you mean. It's an interesting concept. I'm not gonna lie. It is a very interesting concept that is actually very scary and terrifying. Just knowing that you're gonna be gassed by yourself.
This is why I bring you here. Let's do.
Yeah, I can see that just to question my logic, my sanity.
Uh, so every time you have bullied somebody, you bullied
yourself.
yourself.
But what if I say no? No, I haven't.
No, I won't believe in that theory.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, how should I say it? It's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
It does bring out a lot of just a lot of things to think about in general. Just because like, oh yeah, you're reincarnated as yeah, you're just reincarnated as yourself, but
Yeah.
like as it's a really weird and interesting thought that I couldn't really.
And he also the God also said that the your consciousness or your soul is bigger than anything you've ever imagined, because it's yourself. But if we would think about, like, if you touch water, you
Right.
will experience everything that it has experienced, really,
Mm.
and if you're gonna, since you're reincarnating constantly, that means that when you die, the reason why you don't experience everything or every single life that you've lived before is because it's pointless and a waste of time. Well, that's what the god said, because in 7 minutes he will go back into carnation, or get reincarnated.
Well, technically, yes, he will. I
Yeah.
mean, so. It's just an interesting thought. Let's say that, because I anything to do with God, I'm not really into it. I mean, unless it's like Greek mythology, that stuff's really interesting. But I wouldn't say like I wouldn't read the Bible just for fun. I'd say that
Yeah, same.
because it's like uh, it's everyone has their own beliefs. Let's say that, and
Yeah.
well, can't really do anything about that.
Oh. So,
Okay.
what are your beliefs exactly?
That there's no higher power. We're just existing. The universe was created by the Big Bang. And
But what created the Big Bang?
the collision of two other worldly beings.
Okay. Interesting.
Because space is relatively endless. We don't know when it ends. We don't know if it ends. Which why it is relatively endless. That's
Why
speaking.
why did the big uh what did you say again?
Big Bang. Big Bang, yeah.
No, before Big Bang happened, the two
Oh, the two like planetary beings.
the two planetary beings
Right.
collided. But why
Right.
did they collide while everything is expanding at an exponential rate?
I don't know.
Is it
Honestly,
because there's a couple of theories. Is it because we always expand and contract, and a new Big Bang, and expand and contract
okay. Look.
endlessly?
Okay. So let's say hot and cold, right? When something is applied with heat, it relaxes and it expands. For example, let's take wires, right? In the summer, they expand, right? They become sloppy. They're not as tight. And then in the winter, they retract. They become much tighter. It's
Yeah,
hard to explain, to be honest, but you get the point. What I'm saying.
yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of think it's similar to that, but the Big Bang theory, there's nothing to support it because we weren't back there back then when.
Well, that's kind of obvious.
Yeah. It's just yeah.
Well, we could also be just endlessly expanding, which is
How would we endlessly expand? Like if I was endlessly expanding. I mean, this is like if I'm taking it physically, like what you mean. Um, I could touch you currently, because how long have we had to expand?
uh,
Billions of years.
well, yeah, since
So
Big Time or Big Bang. I mean,
the big boy.
but that's because we don't know what the dark matter is, and that's the
Ooh,
thing.
people are trying to extract the black matter.
Yeah, what are they gonna vacuum space?
Yeah, it's basically just condensed space. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're gonna get from it. It's not like it's gonna be valuable to us. Maybe
It
it
could
might
be.
be.
It is actually very valuable to us if we can figure out how to ride the wave. Do you know that?
Right, wave. No, I don't.
So we could theoretically go faster than speed of light.
Yeah, but that would physically screw us up. That would just destroy our whole body.
But we could. So there's this phenomenon that. Have you watched Star Trek? I haven't.
I haven't. No, sorry.
Okay. So I haven't. So sorry. There's this spaceship that has like double rings around it.
Right.
It I think it contracts space and then it expands space so it can allow it to ride space, as it is. So it's kind of like surfing if you think about it.
So
You're
basically,
not actually moving.
okay.
But
So
the
basically,
surfboard
because
is.
space is expanding by each second, each millisecond, right? It's still expanding.
Yeah.
What you're saying is that we can ride the expansion,
Yes.
but how do we get back from the ride, so to speak?
Well, you see, we contract the space beneath us, and then
Ooh.
it kind of like gently. Think about it as it kind of just gently pushes you faster and faster and faster. The more force it uses, and the longer it time. So technically, you could, instead of going from the nearest solar system in a matter of thousands of years, you can theoretically just do it in a few months or something like that.
Okay. But for example, right.
Yeah.
How do you think we would get out of the Milky Way, our current universe? Well, the so yeah. How? What do you
Well,
think is past the Milky Way? What is out there? Because the Milky Way is just our galaxy.
a bunch of dead planets is out there. Frozen and icy planets.
Okay,
Bunch of
but
asteroids.
the Big Bang, right? The big two planetary beings that collided created this universe. Let's say that's the theory, right?
Okay.
What says that there's no more like big planetary beings like there are currently?
Because we haven't seen any unusual uh, activities in space
Okay,
and man.
but we wouldn't be able to see them, would we?
No, unless they're in like a six-dimensional space and time.
Which is possible. Which is most definitely possible. We don't
Yes.
even fourth dimension, the fourth wall, as they might call it, that might exist. We might be living in the third dimensional world right now, and there might be
Yeah.
people in the fourth dimensional world just looking at us like,
Kind of like how we look at paper and their two-dimensional space.
yes, that you can see it from two sides. From piece of paper, right? We see one side. Like they see they see one side.
They see it like we are seeing it, just except, well, it's normal for them, but not for us. And the exact opposite.
Yeah, it's like a drawing, right? They
Yeah.
can see only them. They can't see themselves. It's impossible for them to see themselves, but they can see other lines. But that it's just a line for them. Even if they have a shape, they can't see that shape. It's just a line for them.
Yeah, and they can't see us because that's upward, and that's
Yeah, we're in
possible.
the place that they can't see. We're in an awkward position for them, so to speak.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. Would you mind if we wrap it up? Because I'm getting like messaged by 6 people.
No worries then. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for listening to this podcast.
A very stupid podcast that I was very dumb in, but I hope you enjoyed.
Well,
Because
you're the first
I
guest.
enjoyed it. Am I? Oh well,
Yeah.
I'm on it. Make a plaque saying that David was the first guest. That it will always say that I am the first guest now. So just a friendly reminder, I am the first guest.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching or listening.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It was
Goodbye.